there, viewers, welcome back to Hero to Villain. It's a new week, 5 PM uploads for the rest of the week. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. Let's delve in to what you've missed since we last met. We moved on quite far. So, viewers, last time we did meet, indeed, it was the 3-1 defeat to Nottingham Forest. It was a poor performance that really we weren't particularly happy with. And we followed that up with more disappointment, really. Stoke beat us 4-3. So, all of a sudden, you've lost 3 of the last 4. And as a side dominating the league, you start to panic a little bit. Yes, one of them was in the FA Cup, but still, defeats all over the shop and goals conceded as well. Luckily for us, though, as you can see there. West Brom, a 1-0 win there. That was good to see. 3-3 against Leeds, still conceding way too many goals. A 3-3 result, which is frustrating when you see that we're 3-0 up and then things went wrong. CS got sent off very early on. We managed to go 3-0 up with 10 men, but then, yeah, it seemed to get the best of us as later on they got goals back. 93rd minute equaliser for them. Not what you want to see. A good win against Notts County. A draw, a 2-2 draw to Lincoln, which sounds not that bad, but when you see that Lincoln are 22nd, I think they might have even been further down the league table, actually, when that happened. Not ideal for us, viewers. And then a 3-0 against Mansfield more recently got us back on track, which leads into today. Blackburn and Cardiff. And again, if I draw your attention to the league table, you can see Blackburn in, oh dear me, that's in the way. Blackburn in 7th, Cardiff in 2nd. 2 massive games in the context of the season. 37 played so far, and after today, 39 with only 7 remaining. And the promotion might be all but sealed. You never know. Right then, let's get into it, shall we? Before we do that, actually, no, sorry. Youth candidates have just come through, actually. Timing has worked out pretty well for us. And we've got one player in particular. There he is, look. Ryan Ball, the man that we're all excited by. Central midfielder. Mazzala will apparently be his best role. 2.5-star current ability already. The potential ability is a little bit concerning. Whether that's correct or not, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But when you look at his attributes already at 15 years of age, I tweeted it out as well. You didn't get players like this at Boston. This was not a thing. But when you've got an infrastructure such as Aston Villa in the Midlands, you tend to get a lot more players in your academy. And yeah, first, I think it's our first region day, second region day, first. I don't know, I'm not sure. Did we meet it last time? Regardless, very, very good player. And yeah, the best of the bunch. The rest of them really not worth talking about. But Ryan Ball in particular, absolutely sensational. So yeah, very lucky to get him. Right then, let's waste no further ado, shall we? Let's get into this next game. And yeah, play. Is it? I forgot. Do you know what? We talked about it. I forgot. Blackburn Rovers, that's the one. A few people critical of the Dylan Chambers signing. Don't think he's necessarily worth the money. Time will tell. I wish his finishing was slightly better, and I wish his work rate was slightly better. Everything else, though, I do think is pretty good. I think those physicals especially might carry him through. And if this is the player that he is right now, in a couple of years' time, 25, 26, he might be an absolute superstar if there's still some potential there for us to tap into. So let's not write him off just yet, viewers. I'm trying to do him a favour here. Actually, before we go into this Blackburn game, I just want to highlight how good Raymond Lemons is. When life gives you lemons, lemons gives you goals. 21 in 32. These aren't the attributes or the stats I'm necessarily interested in. The man's a machine. So, of course, he's up there already. 21 goals. He's got the highest goal tally in the for the season so far. Goals per minute as well. He tops that list. Sisto actually very high on that list as well, doing extraordinarily well. In terms of shots, he's had nearly 90 shots, or has had over 90 shots more than Owen Wake, who's second on that list. 241 shots. Should he have scored more goals? Yes, I suspect he probably should have done. Then again, shots on target, 126. I don't know if he's just not shooting in the corners or if goalkeepers up their game against him, but to have that many shots on target, you can see how different that is compared to everyone else. It's somewhat ridiculous. That's not where it ends either. In terms of key headers this season, I mean, he wins a lot of headers. He's just a man mountain. Admittedly, right, at 6'6", you kind of expect it. Fantastic jumping reach, decent enough heading as well. But goodness me, he should be scoring more goals though for me. I really do think so. The fact he's got 21 this year, he should have 30, I think, based on purely on how many shots he's got on target. 53% is his shots on target percentage. It's pretty good. All right then, there you are, a little bit of a run through. Let's go into this game then against Blackburn Rovers. Little bit of rotation needed. A few players not necessarily fully fit. Hurtado and Lloyd Morgan will miss this one and play the next one. But yeah, the rest of the side is pretty familiar. The goal will be in goal. Fulquio will be at right back. Hurst at left back. CS, Mendy. McGinn comes into the centre next to Onoma, who's back in the side and playing very well. Goodwinson's going to play behind Lemons for this one. Sisto on the right, and Dylan Chambers, another chance to show that he is cut out for this level. Let's see if he can do the business. All right then, game time, viewers. Let's see how we do. It's a 4-4-2 for Blackburn. They're having a decent season, and in games where we've played some of the better sides, we haven't really fared all too well. It's been a bit of a mixed bag for us this year. It's not been as smooth a sailing as I thought it would have been in the early stage. Of course, we lost that first game, remember, and then went on a run for ages of not losing. And in recent times, lost a couple here and there. So let's see, can we do the business against the yellow of Blackburn? Let's find out. First chance, maybe. I say first chance. It's a free kick to Blackburn, but it's headed forward. Lemons knocks it down to Onoma. Again, link-up play from him is really very, very good. Sisto to McGinn. if you can slightly move further forward. I've actually changed the fullbacks from wing-backs to fullbacks in the last couple of games. I felt like we were getting overrun in those areas, and Jack Hurst not playing very well either. I think we saw it in the video actually. His performances were dipping quite radically, but he's on the ball here as a fullback now, racing forward, ball in, cleared away to Gudmundsson, who goes for goal. I mean, it should be in. Sisto puts it in. He's offside, but what a shot from Gudmundsson. I think Sisto is definitely offside by a couple of yards, but you can see, I say a couple of yards, only just off. A little bit unlucky in a sense, but yeah, hit the post, and Sisto was there. But at least he's there, in right places, you know. We're on the ball again here. Lemons, if you can find Chambers, and he can, the pace of Chambers should be enough for him to get away from his markers. The ball played in was very good. Sisto should have put it in. I actually can't believe it's not gone in. I want to see the replay to see how close that was, as it trundled toward goal. It was nearly in. Half the ball was in, well, over half the ball was in, but it still doesn't count, and that's not the rule, viewers. And so far in these early stages, 15 minutes gone, we have been dominant. All right, Blackburn yet to have a shot on target as CS rises highest, finds Gudmundsson, Lemons again, hold up play is his bag, goes for goal from there. I think it's skimmed the top of the crossbar, or at least hit the top of the netting regardless. Again, we're getting to 25 minutes here. Blackburn still without a shot. You just know their first shot will be... I mean, if it is a goal, viewers, the sadness will be evident upon my face. Can we build from the back, though? De Gaard finds Hurst out there, and it's whether our creative players in the centre can do the business. Ball played up towards Lemons, doesn't get there, but Gudmundsson's challenge on number 27 regains the ball for us. And now, can we find an opening? Of course, not having Lloyd Morgan out there is a shame. His crossing ability is superb. It obviously is a factor into why Lemons gets his head on so many things. As Hurst now into Chambers, cleared away, though, not particularly good from him. CS will pick it up, and you can see now Blackburn pinned in. Can we find the breakthrough? That's the question. We're dominant in play so far. Chambers goes for goal. It comes back to him, and 37 minutes gone. Still 0-0. It's a corner to be played in. Gudmundsson. Lemons is there. He's massive, and he heads against the post or wide, or up against the post. That one. I mean, to say we've limited Blackburn here is a bit of an understatement. They've had one shot. We didn't see it. We don't know what it did. But so far, so good. 0-0. I say so far, so good. We're not leading, but if there's a goal to be had in this game, you suspect it's probably going to be ours. We've been the better team here. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be fine. And I'm going to calmly tell them they've got the ability to make the real difference today. And that should do the trick, normally. Normally, that does the trick. I guess we'll now find out. But win today could put us on 82 points. That's almost certainly going to get us into the playoffs. I think if you look at the table there, we're definitely in the playoffs no matter what happens. That's not been the goal of this season, though. I think we knew that going in. I knew it quite early on that automatic promotion was going to be on the cards. Whether that would be through a title or not, I wasn't too sure. But the way things have gone, it would be... Let's use the word. It would be a massive bottle job, wouldn't it, if I don't end up going up as champions now. But as you can see, Blackburn, they've come out of the traps in this second half. If they score their first chance, I'll be furious. Hurst, though, good foot in. And actually, as the highlight continues, you suspect the highlight might just go our way. Chambers now, the pace of him, instead lays it off to Hurst. Ball played into Lemons. No, Sisto's there and finds the back of the net. Pion Sisto has been a superstar in this side and gets us into the lead once again. Aston Villa 1, Blackburn 0. It's been coming, viewers. We've been sat here waiting for ages. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness it's finally happened. Hurst with the ball in. Nice to see him playing slightly better. Lemons and the challenging defender miss it. And Sisto's there in on the backside to 1-0 Villa. Steady on, Ben. Corner. Gudmundsson played in. Lemons is there again. He hasn't headed that in. Raymond Lemons. When life gives you lemons, Lemons gives you goal. 26 of the season for him. Gudmundsson with a fantastic corner. I can't believe he's actually got to the header. It seemed like it wasn't possible. He does, though. Away from goal. How do you get power on that? I don't know, but still converts. The man's a machine. If you could do this in the Premier League, I'm very hesitant to not play him in the Premier League. The things he offers me in terms of hold-up play, it's sensational. I think all season as well, we've conceded 2 goals from corners. He doesn't even go back for those, as Gudmundsson fires. I mean, that's jingle worthy. That's how good it was. It's Gudmundsson. What a free kick. Goodness me. That is sensational. You can see there, look. Bang. With power as well. Doesn't even try and curl it in. Just lashes one. Oh, 3-0. Somewhat deserved after 30 shots in this game. And we're not done yet, viewers. Sisto on it as he tries to take on a couple of players. Chambers at the back post. He's hit the post. I can't believe it. We've hit the woodwork as many times as we've scored today, but it's going to be 3-0. I think there might be an international break in between these 2 fixtures, so there's a little way for me to go forward before we play our next match. But you can see there, Aston Villa 3, Blackburn 0. Puts a dent in their promotion hopes, I suspect, in the playoffs now, but does us wonders in terms of a title race. And is it a race if there's only one team in it? I'm not sure. It's more of a time trial, I think, at that point, is it? Being 82 points, 13 clear, but the big the big number really, for me at least, is the 16-point gap between ourselves and Nottingham Forest, who drew with Lincoln. So look, we've got every chance here of getting promoted very, very soon. Right then, as mentioned, there is a long time before we play Cardiff, who I think are in second position. That might just be the game to seal everything, in my mind at least. But an international break between that. So yeah, go away, make yourself a cup of tea. You'd have to pause the video because I will be cutting this middle period out. I guess it's not too far away actually, and I'll give you something to think about. In terms of improving the team going into the Premier League next year, where do you think we need mass improvement? I mean, so far this year, we've been pretty solid in lots of areas, but having watched the episodes, in the comment section, where do you think we should be looking at getting a new player in here and there then? I think centrally, replacing Hurtado, I think, is the big one for me. If we can't get him back next year to play for us either on loan or as a full-time transfer, losing him, a player of his quality, could have massive detrimental effects on how good we are next year. But yeah, comment section, let me know. Do you agree? Maybe you just agree with that. Right then, gang, we've come back from international duty, rather unscathed. A couple of players, though, suffering with a little bit of tiredness. So Scherz is going to come in for CS at the back. John McGinn's going to step out for Hurtado, who comes back into the side, and Lloyd Morgan the same for Fulquier right back as well. Team-wise with the boys, I think we're going to keep it as it was in the last game. So Degard will be in goal, Morgan, Mendy, Scherz and Hurst at the back then. Onoma and Hurtado in the centre, Gudmundsson behind Lemons, with Chambers and Sisto either side. Of course, Svoboda, who we brought in the January, we're yet really to see the best of, but I've brought him on. I've not started him in a game yet, and when we've brought him on, he's been a little bit patchy, a little bit indifferent, hasn't done anything too spectacular so far, so we're still waiting for him to light up, essentially, this division. So let's see how we do then. Cardiff City, the opposition, second in the league table, as discussed, and win this, and I've said it 1,000 times now, there's a good chance that our promotion will all be sealed. All but be sealed. Not quite sealed. I've not even worked out the maths, viewers, if I'm completely honest. We'll do that in a minute. We'll figure out exactly what the situation is. Alright, then the games begin. So, this is our 39th game. After this, there will be 7 games remaining, meaning that 21 points will be on offer, and we'll be about, 18, 17 ahead of third position. Well, if we win this, we'll be on 85. So, yeah, 9, excuse me, 9, that was very manly, but there we go. We'll be about, let me do the maths in my brain again. I've messed up completely. We'll be about 19 points ahead of third position with 7 to go. So we'll have really, I don't want to say it's sealed at that point, viewers, but it's pretty flipping close, isn't it? This first half, by the way, has whistled away. There's going to be one highlight before the commence of play. The commence of play? The middling of play. I've used the wrong word, I believe, viewers. Anyway, let's continue. Hurst on this left-hand side into Hurtado. These two just playing with each other here. No one's getting involved apart from the two of them. Gudmundsson now from distance finds Sisto. Shot comes in. And yeah, that's the first highlight of the game so far. Our pass completion's very good, especially from our midfield. Crosses, we're flying those in as well. Winning not as many headers as they are, actually, but average rating-wise, having a slightly better performance. And if I see that going into half-time, I often look at that and don't really mention it. If I see that we're playing better, I don't like to change too much. Even if on the surface at 0-0, we could be doing more with the away side. But overall, team-wise, we're playing slightly better, and I enjoy that. Of course, it can be sort of altered by one player playing better than everyone else, but it is something I look out for a lot. Now, I'm going to tell them they're unlucky, which isn't necessarily true, but I think sometimes if you can put a performance down to luck rather than them playing poorly, they think, oh, actually, yeah, maybe if we just carry on as we're doing, it'll be okay. We're going to carry on. I was going to make a change there, but no, we'll stick with it for now. I do worry that sometimes Chambers isn't, like, a lot of people saying he's not the signing that we expected. Maybe it's just not the setup and the team for him right now. Maybe Lemons isn't the kind of player he works best with. Maybe he works with more of a pacey advanced forward, and we might see that from Svoboda at some point as well. So we can't rule it out quite yet. Skinner, again, another one that could maybe come in and make the difference. But we're back on the ball, and we're still playing slightly better than Cardiff overall, but a goal will change that dramatically ordinarily. Anyway, Hurst into Gudmundsson. Can we find a breakthrough this time? Chambers now involved. Ball over to Sisto. Fantastic ball from Chambers, and Sisto finishes it off. The two wingers combine. Chambers cutting on that right foot. I tell you what, that is a sensational pass as well. We're giving a little bit of stick, but that pass there to Sisto was sensational. Let's look at it again. You can see he picks it up where you'd expect him to, but this ball, you don't really expect that from a winger. Excellent into the path of Sisto, whose finish from that distance is usually going to be very, very good. The keeper doesn't really know what to do with himself, and we take the 1-0 lead against second place Cardiff. Surely now, promotion will be ours. This is another chance straight away. Gudmundsson's ball in is cleared, and Zohor will bring this away now, and this could be a chance for Cardiff, but no, Onoma gets across, fantastically cuts it out, and again, Sisto, the ball's played into him. I mean, it's trickled into the back of the net. He's been given the goal, I think it was maybe, I don't know, 3 dimensions help me. And back-to-back goals, quick fire, that was, I mean, very good. A double goal salvo, I think the game often calls it. You can see there, Sisto, does it sort of deflect in? He slide tackles the keeper and the ball goes in. I love that. Very impressive stuff from the boys, though. Again, 2 good through balls towards him. As we're back on it again now. All of a sudden, we've come alive. Lemons now gets away from his defenders. Can he put it in? He can't. I mean, that was gilt edge. Another corner. Gudmundsson struggling for a bit of fitness well. Lemons at the back post. Down towards Chambers, who gets his goal. Well, there it is. Dylan Chambers, his 10th goal of the season in the Championship, though. His first for me. And Lemons with the assist, bringing another aerial battle. We'll see this again at the back post. You can see he's lurking. He wants it. He gets up highest, and then Chambers does the rest. Good first touch out of the keeper's hands and into the back of the net. And at 3-0 now, Gareth Hanna is to come on. And I think actually Lemons has had a decent game, but we're going to bring on Svoboda, see if he can make the difference. We've got 2 wingers banging form. Hopefully the 2 changes in the centre of the pitch now don't affect things too much, as Cardiff's first real venture forward is unsuccessful. We've said on this balanced approach the whole time, but we've just had a little bit of faith at half time. I knew that we were playing okay. It wasn't like we were getting battered by Cardiff, and those changes, as so often happens in FM, is probably going to bring about the end of the game and kill it off. 90 seconds to go though, maybe not. Maybe Svoboda's first chance to score a goal, or Gareth Hanna will have an opportunity to get involved. You can see Svoboda now takes it forward, does it all himself, and a shot on goal. This has been good though. This has been sort of the pre-coronation of this team, I feel like. So this is going to put us 17 points clear with, say, with 7 to go. So there's still a 4-point sort of gap of question mark there. Next episode though, I think regardless of the fact that we'll probably be promoted before it, hopefully you don't mind to see the actual game when it happens, will be the end of the season. I think it's looking pretty good. If it was a lot closer, then I would show you, but I suspect with the form that we've been in, especially after today, beating 2 good sides as well, well done lads, very pleased. I think towards the end of the season, that's where we want to see how we can maybe bed some new players in. Some games coming up as well, look like they might be quite easy. It will probably happen at Swansea, if I had to guess. So maybe I'll record it to show you the big moment, but regardless, I think it's all but done now. Playoff place has been secure, and if we don't go up and go up as champions, I shouldn't be playing Football Manager, frankly. But there we are though, 2 good performances. Hopefully you enjoyed watching him and you're getting to know these boys a little bit more every single episode. If you've enjoyed the video, of course, do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and we'll love with care from it. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon at 5 PM every single day, remember, so make sure you are subscribed or follow on Twitter for updates at Dr. Benji, and I'll see you soon. We'll love with care again. Goodbye.